Hello everyone, welcome back once again. I'm Nicodemus Kane. Today is February the 8th of 2023. Is it a Wednesday? It is a Wednesday, at least according to their calendar, it's a Wednesday. Today we're going to read Jeremiah 40. It kind of surprised me. I kind of stopped and thought, wait, we're on 40 already. Wow. I mean, I know I've been doing this for a while, but Jeremiah 40, wow. I don't remember, how many did we say it was? 62? It's not 66. No, 52. 52 chapters. So we've really only got like 12 more of these to go, right? Well, 13 if you count the one. Yeah. Well then, okay. So we might as well jump right into it. I don't have anything. I stayed off of social media all day for an entire day. Just didn't even care. Didn't even look. I got on this morning before I took a shower and it's all the same stuff. Nobody's talking about anything new. Everybody wants to talk about Turkey, the earthquake in Turkey. But other than that, not much. So I really don't have much for you. It is what it is. Other than, what? Tell you that the kids came over last night for dinner. I got to see my granddaughter. I got to see my grandkids. I gotta start putting my grandson into that one now, because he's getting up there. He's what is he now? 6 months? Is that right? 6 months? 6 months, but you'd swear he's a year. Big boy. God, he's a big boy. Man, he's already holding his head up, wanting to move around, wanting to, do things well above his age. He's a big boy. Cute as all dickens. Cute and funny, and just, he's got that baby stare going on. He'll just stare at you. He's trying to figure you out. And then whenever he catches you looking at him, he'll just kind of laugh at you and smile. So I got to start including him now, too. But yeah, it was a good night. I thank the Father. More than anything else, I thank the Father for giving me the opportunity 5-6 years ago, for changing my heart, for being able to have that relationship with them. That was a good night. It was a good night. Anyways, I definitely thank him for taking away my illness, my sickness, so that I could have that opportunity, because, I've been pretty rough for the past couple days, and it was right before they came in. It was like my head started clearing up, and I was able to really enjoy it. So most definitely thank him. Alright, Jeremiah 40. Now, we know that I have been butchering these names, and all I can tell you is there's more coming. I can see it. Now, there's not been too much really heavy learning and understanding like we had in the beginning of Jeremiah. This is coming from these later chapters have been coming from a perspective of telling us history of what's been happening, not really telling us teachings. So yes, these later chapters are getting a little boring. I can admit that. But just know that I will be butchering these names, just as I've been doing for the past several chapters. But we will get through it. We will get through it. We said we were going to read through this whole thing, and we will get through it. So, Jeremiah chapter 40. Follow along if you want. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord After that, Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, had let him go from Ramah. When he had taken him, being bound in chains, among all that were carried away captive of Jerusalem and Judah, which were carried away captive unto Babylon. And the captain of the guard took Jeremiah, and said unto him, The Lord thy God hath pronounced this evil upon this place. Now the Lord hath brought it, and done according as he hath said, because ye have sinned against the Lord, and have not obeyed his voice. Therefore this thing is come upon you. And now behold, I loose thee this day from the chains which were upon thine hand. If it seem good unto thee to come with me into Babylon, come, and I will look well unto thee. But if it seem ill unto thee to come with me into Babylon, forbear. Behold, all the land is before thee. Whither it seemeth good and convenient for thee to go, thither go. Now while he was not yet gone back, he said, Go back also to Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, whom the king of Babylon hath made governor over the cities of Judah, and dwell with him among the people, or go wheresoever it seemeth convenient unto thee to go. So the captain of the guard gave him victuals. Victuals? There we go. So the captain of the guard gave him victuals, and a reward, and let him go. Then went Jeremiah unto Gedaliah the son of Ahikam to Mizpah, and dwelt with him among the people that were left in the land. So I talked about this a little bit yesterday, and I said, this seems like if you were going to take over a country, the best way to do it would be to let them keep their ways, at least for the start. Let them keep their beliefs. Let them keep their priests, their prophets, their people that have given them peace, to keep them quiet. And I have said it is very similar to what may or may not have happened in many other countries, where they have come in, they've taken over, they have let the people think that they're not being taken over so much. It's just that the governments are changing. They can keep their ways, but they have to let them know that you are being ruled over. Now, of course, it said, it burned down the cities of Judah, it burned down Jerusalem as a whole, and it took all these people away captive. Yes, I get that. But at the same time, they just let Jeremiah loose. These are people that have Babylonian gods. Why would they want to have a prophet of a god that they don't believe in just running loose? Unless it was God telling them to keep him loose. Now that's possible too. But as far as following history, as far as following, because if you don't know your own history, you are doomed to repeat it. As far as following history and understanding how the manipulation of the winners of the war work to be able to take over a country, but keep their beliefs, keep their values, keep their, even to a point, their governmental systems in check while they rule over them, without letting the people know that they are being ruled over. That's got to be the pinnacle of taking over a country, because the people wouldn't know. And I said maybe that's what happened to America. Shit, I don't know. That's still just speculation. Because it still seems that all of the founding fathers that everybody said, oh, they were such great people, such wonderful people. Well, they're all Freemasons. They were all theists. They weren't people of God. They were worshiping a different God. Now, were they really that way? I don't know. I can't really tell you. We can follow what books and what all kinds of other things say, but, the people in charge have had 200 years to write those books. They have the apotheosis of George Washington, as if they were worshiping him, sitting in the Capitol building. Or did the people after change that? Or was it always there? We've just been told a different thing. It's hard to know. It's hard to know, and it's hard to really get a grasp of it. And I've had people come to me and say, well, the true history is there. You just have to really get in and read the notes and read the letters and read the whatever. And it's like, but are those even real? They've had 200 years to fake this stuff. 200 years. I'm sorry, but somebody's going to tell me that the War of 1812 says that the British Empire came and fought right up to the doorstep of Washington, D.C. And then they decided to turn around. There's no nation in the world fights into the governmental agencies of another country and then decides to leave. Did they take it over then? Was it an uprising? Was it a rebellion of what was already here? People can say a lot of things. There's people out there right now that are talking about Napoleon. How could Napoleon be fighting a war in France, yet making the Louisiana Purchase in America? Doesn't make sense. What if he was fighting the war here? I'm not saying that's what it is. We're now hearing two conflicting stories on just about everything at this point. Nothing seems to make sense. And I'm just trying to find the truth. More than anything, all I've ever wanted was the truth. So, it is interesting from the biblical perspective of this story that they are just letting Jeremiah loose, letting Jeremiah go. I'm sure that it might have been, like I said, that God had put it in their hearts, let this man go. Let this man go where he wants. Let him do whatever he wants. So that he can, I don't know, he can tell the people. He can tell the people what's going on. Maybe it was because Jeremiah wasn't completely apart, because you have to remember he was from, where was he from? Not Ashtaroth, it was what was it? Anathoth, there it is. He was from some other city. Maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know. Maybe they kept him alive because since Jeremiah kept saying that the king of Babylon was going to come in and he was going to take over all these nations, maybe they thought that he was a prophet on their side. Who knows? Who knows? But I find it interesting, and I'm sure that there's probably somebody out there that can probably, tell me, well, this is because this is because that. For my own sake, though, I find it interesting. At the very least, I find it interesting. So let's start back up at the top. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord. After that, Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, had let him go from Ramah. When he had taken him, being bound in chains among all that were carried away captive of Jerusalem and Judah, which were carried away captive unto Babylon. He had let him go. He was told to take Jeremiah and let him go wherever he wants to go. It didn't even give us a reason. It just said now Nebuchadnezzar, this is 39:11. Now Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, gave charge concerning Jeremiah to Nebuzaradan, the captain of the guard, saying, take him and look well to him, and do him no harm, but do unto him even as he say unto thee. It's just some guy. Do him no harm. Don't that. This is the king of Babylon. Looked down on this lowly peasant and said, hey, that guy right there, give him whatever he wants. Don't even question it. Whatever he wants. There's something more to that. Verse 2. And the captain of the guard took Jeremiah and said unto him, the Lord thy God hath pronounced this evil upon this place. And maybe that's what it was. Again, maybe it was because he was prophesying in the name of God against Jerusalem. And the Babylonians had heard it, and they said, well, this guy's preaching he's preaching for our side. Well, hell, man, he's a good guy. He's on our side. We're gonna keep him around. Maybe. You never know. Of course, then again, they would have needed to have heard Jeremiah's other teachings where he said, the Babylonians are only going to have you for 70 years, and then you're going to come back into the land. But who knows? It's the same as Daniel. They let Daniel and his friends get away with a lot. I mean, yes, they still threw him into the furnace, and they still threw him to the lions, but they could have very easily have not let Daniel not eat the flesh of the king's meat. They could have very easily have forced him to do that, but they didn't. They let him show that, hey, we're not going to eat this, and we're going to wind up healthier than the other people that are eating it. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to let them just roam around free. There's something more to it. I keep alluding to it. You live in an open air prison. There you go. That's all I gotta say. Verse 3. trying to get that basic understanding over, It's the same exact thing. It's an open air prison. Is you don't know, where the walls are, but you don't know who the warden is. You don't know who the guards are. That you get to roam around freely, and you don't feel like you're in a prison, but it is. Once you step out of line just enough, that's whenever they have to come down on your head. But they give you your bread and circuses and everything else, and you don't even ask questions. That's basically life right now in this world. There's so many people just are so blanked out. And it just gets crazier and crazier. Just the things that people will listen to and believe in. And it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Verse 3. Now the Lord hath brought it, and done according as he hath said, because ye have sinned against the Lord, and have not obeyed his voice. Therefore this thing is come unto you. And now behold, I loose thee this day from the chains which were upon thine hand. If it seem good unto thee to come with me into Babylon, come, and I will look well unto thee. But if it seem ill unto thee to come with me into Babylon, forbear. Behold, all the land is before thee. Whither it seemeth good and convenient for thee to go, thither go. I am releasing you, and you can go wherever you want. Jeremiah, the prophet, can go wherever he wants. There's something more. I'm just saying there's something more to it. Verse 5, Now while he was not yet gone back, he said, Go back also to Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, whom the king of Babylon hath made governor over the cities of Judah, and dwell with him among the people, or go wheresoever it seemeth convenient unto thee to go. So the captain of the guard gave him victuals, and a reward, and let him go. Then went Jeremiah unto Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, to Mizpah, and dwelt with him among the people that were left in the land. Who were the people that were left in the land? The poor people. Nebuchadnezzar, or Nebuchadrezzar, however you want to say it, left the poor people that were there to rule over the vineyards, to rule over the farms, after he'd taken everybody else away. I mean, if you want to get people on your side, that you take all the most important people out, and all of the people, the bottom feeders, the low, the downtrodden, the people on the very bottom, you let them run things. That's how you get people on your side. That's how you conquer nations. That's, again, very similar to things that are happening now. You let the poorest people have free stuff. You let the poorest people move in to the nice houses. You let the poorest people move into the nice neighborhoods. You give them money. You give them stimulus checks. You give them the ability to make money without having to do anything. Governmental support. You let them come in from another country, live the dream, give them all these things. What are they going to do? They're going to support you every step of the way. If you come into the country and I give you all these things, all you have to do is vote for me. It's a very similar thing to what's happening right now in the United States of America. Of course, people say, no, that's not true. That's not real. That's not what's happening. We're just trying to give a place for these people to live. Yeah, and you think that they're not going to vote a certain way, that they're not going to support a certain paradigm because they do that? That's why other countries don't do it. That's why other countries don't just randomly let people into their countries, because they understand that if you give somebody something, they're going to want to give you their support. That's the way it is. If somebody comes up to you, gives you $100, you're going to feel like you are meant to give them something back. You have to pay them back in some way. Nothing's free. That makes you think. It again. I can pull those parallels because I see that. Because you have to. All the people that were left, all the cities of Judah that were left, they were the poor people. That's how you conquer nations. That's some good stuff right there. That's some like Sun Tzu Art of War kind of stuff, take over the nation, but then you you make friends of the poor people. You make friends of the people that are left over, and they will be the ones that worship you, whether they like it or not. You know, they're gonna like it because you're giving them stuff that they want. That's exactly what's happening. In the end, though, you're still just a slave. You're still just a slave because somebody gave you something, and you are now beholden to them to do stuff for them. Makes you think. Where are we at? Verse 6. Then went Jeremiah unto Gedaliah the son of Ahikam to Mizpah, and dwelt with him among the people that were left in the land. Alright. Verse 7. Now when all the captains of the forces which were in the fields, even they and their men, heard that the king of Babylon had made Gedaliah the son of Ahikam governor in the land, and had committed unto him men and women and children, and of the poor of the land, of them that were not carried away captive to Babylon. Then they came to Gedaliah to Mizpah, even Ishmael, son of Nethaniah, and Johanan and Jonathan, the sons of Kareah. Kareah, there we go. And the sons of Kareah, and Sariah, the son of Tanumeth, and the sons of Ephi, the Netophathites, there it is. And Ephi, is that the way? I told you this was going to get bad. And the sons of Ephi, the Nephathites, and Jezaniah, the son of a Maacathites. Again, all of these names go back to somewhere. You can follow those the ites back to somebody's namesake somewhere. I'm not going to do that though, but you can actually do that. They and their men. So all these people are coming back to Gedaliah. And Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, swear unto them and to their men, saying, Fear not to serve the Chaldeans. Dwell in the land, and serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be well with you. As for me, behold, I will dwell at Mizpah, and serve the Chaldeans, which will come unto us. But ye gather ye wine, and summer fruits, and oil, and put them in your vessels, and dwell in your cities that ye have taken. Likewise, when all the Jews that were in Moab, and among the Ammonites, and in Edom, and that were in all the countries, heard that the king of Babylon had left a remnant of Judah, and that he had set over them Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan, even all the Jews returned out of all places whither they were driven, and came to the land of Judah, to Gedaliah, unto Mizpah, and gathered wine and summer fruits very much. So it says it right there. They put all the poor people there, and he told all of them, all you have to do, come into the land, serve the king of Babylon, and everything will be well with you. And then what happens? Well, all the Jews that were left over from all the other places, they all came running back. They were all the ones that had been driven out whenever he came up. But once they heard that, they put Gedaliah in charge. And he says, come back and dwell in the lands, and it'll be good with you. Then they all came running back. You have to remember that the king of Babylon, the Babylonians, did not worship the Most High God. They worshiped their own gods. They worship gods, and I've said this before, that are extremely similar to Native American gods. Not just North American, South American too. And I just blanked on every single one of them that I was thinking about. Oh my goodness. I've been doing this, and it's been sucking. Let's try this. Babylonian gods. There it is. Ishtar, Nergal, Tiamat, Marduk, Shamash, Nabu. All of these different gods that I kept saying, these look just like the gods that we've seen in North America. Especially Marduk and what was the other one? Let me see. Hold on a second. Marduk, Nergal, yeah. What was the other one's name? Bel, which could very well mean Baal. I've talked about that before too. These were the ones. Gilgamesh, for crying out loud. That was one of the demigods, one of the heroes. Gilgamesh was a giant who felled trees, very similar to the old tale of Paul Bunyan. I said that could very well easily be where the story of Paul Bunyan came from. They were not worshiping the Most High God. These guys were worshiping something else. So whenever they sent it out, hey, come back in, serve the king of Babylon, you have to remember all these people that fled, they weren't listening to God's decree. God's decree said, let them take you captive. They said to themselves, no, we're not going to be taken captive. We're going to run away. We're going to flee to all those areas. King of Babylon says, come back in. Come back in, serve me, everything will be just fine. Well, they've already fallen. They weren't following God anyways. So, yes, they would have come back to the king of Babylon. They would have had no problem with it. Oh, hey, we're already worshiping these gods anyways. We might as well come back. Shoot. Sounds good to me. Do you see how this stuff works? I mean, there's, we want to talk about pulling some kind of teaching out of this. That's exactly what it is. It's that evil conquers because evil will not listen to God. And when God tells you that he will send these destructions upon you, that all you have to do is listen to him, trust him, that to be taken captive, he will get you through it. To not do all these other things. That you will be okay. Sorry, I had a cough there. That you need to listen to him and obey him more than anything else. That these Babylonians will fall eventually. That's what he says. They will have their time, but then they will fall, and he will bring all the people back. That's what we need to do. We need to listen to God more than anything else. Again, there's a lot of people, myself included. I was railing against the system, and I still rail against the system. I still say that we shouldn't be following ungodly orders. We should be listening to God more than anything else. There are so many people out there that won't even follow the simplest of commands, the smallest, simplest of commands, let alone the big commands. But we should be doing what he wants us to do. So for all those that have already fallen away, that want to do whatever they want to do, for somebody that was just as evil, as wicked as they are, to come in and take over, yeah, they're going to follow him. They're evil snowballs consistently. It always goes until somebody stops it. And that the people will always follow evil more than they follow good. We actually had this conversation the other day, Angie and I, that inherently men's souls are evil. Inherently. Now, people don't like to hear that. Hold on one second. People don't like to hear that. You have to understand, a child does not know any better. A baby will not know any better. They will immediately go to stealing. They will immediately go to lying. They will immediately go to doing things they should not be doing. They have to be taught, just like God taught the Israelites whenever he brought them out of Egypt. They have to be taught to be better. Inherently, men will fall and follow evil ways. That's truth. People hear that and say, no. People are inherently good. People have good in their hearts. People have understand. They have understanding of how to be good and how to be, pleasant. That you've been lied to. God knows men's hearts and that they can be evil and that they can do evil continuously. They have to bring it into themselves. They have to be taught how to be good, how to be better. Even a baby will still steal something because it won't know any better. Will just take something that's there. I have seen children that have never heard of a lie in their entire life lie. You ask them, did you take that? No. I just saw you take it 5 seconds ago. No. How did they learn that? Who did they learn that from? You can be taught to be better. That's why we have rules. That's why we have rules. That's why we have respect and honor and discipline. Is so that people won't be evil consistently. But if nobody's there to raise kids, what happens? If nobody's there to tell them right from wrong, what's going to happen? You're going to create a generation of children that are going to grow up to be evil. Take a look around. Really take a look around over the past 20, 30, 40 years. You tell me, without discipline, without being taught what is good and what is righteous in the world, you tell me if men's hearts are inherently good. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's go back up to verse 7. To read through this again. Now when all the captains of the forces which were in the fields, even they and their men, had heard that the king of Babylon had made Gedaliah the son of Ahikam governor in the land, and had committed unto him men and women and children, and of the poor of the land, of them that were not carried away captive to Babylon. Remember, he gave the fields to the poor of the land. Then they came to Gedaliah to Mizpah, even Ishmael the son of Nethaniah. And before I even read all of these, I'm going to blow my nose again, because holy smokes, this is going to be bad. And yes, I still say I'm still cleaning out from being sick. It like it went away, and then it just came back. It's going away again. It's just cleaning out's the worst. Like you could get sick, and it's like you could spend a whole week just cleaning your system out. I hate it. It's terrible. And I've heard people that have gone on and on about, well, you should try this, you should try that. the one I keep getting the most is, you should try a neti pot. I'm like, I'm not putting water up my nose. I have a hard enough time with stuff coming out of my nose. I don't want to have to put something back into it. Holy smokes. Serious. That's been outside of like Mucinex and certain herbs, and steam baths and stuff. It seems like neti pot has become, the number one thing. And it's like, I'm not going to pour water down my nose if I'm having a problem with stuff coming out of my nose. It just, anyways. So once they had heard that he was, that Gedaliah had been put in charge, verse 8, then they came to Gedaliah to Mizpah, even Ishmael the son of Nethaniah, and Johanan and Jonathan, the sons of Kareah, and Sariah the son of Tanhumeth, and the sons of Ephi the Nephathites, and Jezaniah the son of Maacathite. Yeah, they and their men. So these are all the people that came back to him. And Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan. I usually look up these names. Today I'm not going to look up the names. Look them up at your own leisure. I'm pretty sure it'll probably say that they might have been princes, people that were in power, in charge of certain places. Very sorry about that. I didn't get to my mute button in time. In verse 9, and Gedaliah the son of Achan, the son of Shaphan, swear unto them and to their men, saying, Fear not to serve the Chaldeans. Dwell in the land, and serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be well with you. So these were all people of Jerusalem that ran off, and once they heard that he was put in charge, they came back to listen to him, and he said, Serve the king of Babylon, and it shall be well with you. As for me, behold, I will dwell at Mizpah, and serve the Chaldeans, which will come unto us. But ye gather ye wine, and summer fruits, and oil, and put them in your vessels, and dwell in your cities that ye have taken. Likewise, when all the Jews that were in Moab, and among the Ammonites, and in Edom, and that were in all the countries, heard that the king of Babylon had left a remnant of Judah, and that he had set over them Gedaliah the son of Ahikam, the son of Shaphan. Once they had heard all this, once all the people that had fled had heard this, even all the Jews returned out of all places whither they were driven, and came to the land of Judah, to Gedaliah unto Mizpah, and gathered wine and summer fruits very much. And they served the king of Babylon. They didn't serve God. Because remember, God has always told you you don't need a king. You've never needed a king. He didn't want you to have a king. He said you can serve me and serve yourselves. You don't need a king. But no, they wanted a king. So that's what happened. They chose themselves a king, and it didn't turn out to be what they wanted. So, God sent them David. Then he sent him Solomon. And, of course, Solomon... And then it just kind of gradually degraded from there until we get to this point. And God said, okay, you didn't want to listen to me. You wanted to follow after evil men that are doing evil things. Almost the entire book of Psalms tells you about men in high places, kings and princes that will go out of their way to set traps for you. No, we're not just talking about the kings that were setting traps for David. This is kings and princes and high places that were setting traps for everyone, for men that didn't know any better. He said will go out of their way to hurt you and destroy you and manipulate you. And you fell for it. So because you wanted to fall away from me and serve other gods, this is what I'm going to send on to you. And the people had no problem with it. Why did they have no problem with it? They were already serving those other gods anyways. King of Babylon told them, he gave the lands to the poor people. Hell yeah, they're going to follow him. He came in, he took everything over, and he said, you know what? The most downtrodden of you are going to get the best stuff. The rest of you come back and serve me, and I'm going to let you have wine and summer fruits. I'm going to let you come and pick the best foods from the fields that you didn't till yourselves. I'm going to give you the breads and circuses. How do you think Rome was able to take over? This is the same old thing. The same old thing. This is why when communism swept over Russia, there was 5-10 years of prosperity, and then it went to shit once they realized what they were into, because they just kept giving people stuff. Look at all this good free stuff. Look how nice it is. 10 years later, you got lines of people that stretch for miles just for toilet paper. I ain't a joke, man. That's some serious stuff. It's the same concept. They came in, they gave the people all the promises, and then all the things fell apart. The only reason I'm even going on and on about this kind of stuff, it's exactly what's happening right now. Exactly what's happening right now. America, you need to wake up. You need to wake up and learn from history. Where are we at? 13? We at 13 already? Yeah, they returned out of all the places. 13. Moreover, Johanan the son of Kareah and all the captains of the forces that were in the fields came to Gedaliah to Mizpah, and said unto him, Dost thou certainly know that Baalis, the king of the Ammonites, hath sent Ishmael the son of Nethaniah to slay thee? But Gedaliah the son of Ahikam believed them not. Then Johanan the son of Kareah spake to Gedaliah in Mizpah secretly, saying, Let me go, I pray thee, and I will slay Ishmael the son of Nethaniah, and no man shall know it. Wherefore should he slay thee, that all the Jews which are gathered unto thee should be scattered, and the remnant in Judah perish? But Gedaliah the son of Ahikam said unto Johanan the son of Kareah, Thou shalt not do this thing, for thou speakest falsely of Ishmael. Well, I'm hoping that'll come somewhere. That'll finish itself up somewhere down the line. Moreover, Johanan, this is back up to 13. Moreover, Johanan the son of Kareah and all the captains of the forces that were in the fields came to Gedaliah to Mizpah, and said unto him, Dost thou certainly know that Baalis, the king of the Ammonites, we haven't heard that one in a while. Baalis, king of the Ammonites, in the time of the destruction of Jerusalem by Nebuchadnezzar. So, of course, this is the Ammonites, the Amalekites, the Jebusites, all the ites. You remember all them that God said, go slay everyone, women, children. Don't even eat out of the fields. Everything. Tear the whole thing down. as soon as they heard Jerusalem was taken, everybody started coming. Because no army could stand against God's people. Once God's people had been taken down, it became, oh, hey, let's go take the place back. Let's go take Jerusalem back. You remember, the people that were settled in there, they were giants. They were the Ammonites, the Amalekites, the Jebusites, the blah, blah, blah. When the Israelites got pulled out of Egypt and they came down into the valley, they drove all those people out. And they all got driven north and up there with the Edomites. And they heard the news. Oh, hey, Jerusalem had taken over. So now it's, oh, hey, we're going to go back down and take back what's supposedly ours. So then Johanan the son of Kareah spoke to Gedaliah in Mizpah secretly, saying, let me go, I pray thee, and I will slay... No, wait, I missed one, I'm sorry. 14. And said unto him, dost thou certainly know that Baalish, the king of the Ammonites, hath sent Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, to slay thee? But Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, believed him not. Johanan, the son of... I'm looking these names up, because we're now specifically talking about people. Johanan, priest during the high priesthood. No, the eldest son of King. It's the name of 9 Israelites. Jehovah has graced. Kareah. Kareah means bald. Nice. But he's coming to Gedaliah and saying, you know, this Baalish, whose name is literally Baal of the Ammonites, of the people that we pushed out, of the peoples that we went and fought against. They're coming after you to kill you. And he says, let me go, I pray thee, and I will slay Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and no man shall know it. Where am I at here? I'm missing it. Dost thou certainly know... God, 14. Stay there. Just stay there. Dost thou certainly know that Baalish, the king of the Ammonites, hath sent Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, to slay thee? But Gedaliah, the son of Ahikam, believed them not. Well, you know, that's what got you into the problem in the first place, is because you wouldn't believe anything anybody told you to do. Then Johanan, the son of Kareah, spoke to Gedaliah in Mizpah secretly, saying, let me go, I pray thee, and I will slay Ishmael, the son of Nethaniah, and no man shall know it. Wherefore should he slay thee, that all the Jews which are gathered unto thee should be scattered, and the remnant in Judah perish? That's not the only remnant. These people, once they heard that there was a remnant left that was serving the king of Babylon in the valley in Jerusalem, that's when they came back. They did not consider all the people that had been taken captive. He told the people that would listen, God told the people that would listen to him, you will be taken captive. Do not run away. This is not the remnant. The remnant is down in Babylon. Remember this. They were taken away down to Babylon. There is a remnant of them that were there, but they have come back so that they could serve the king of Babylon. This is a completely different people. Keep that in mind. I'm not saying it's anything important. I'm just saying that, you know, there's trickery afoot. 16, but Gedaliah the son of Ahikam said unto Johanan the son of Kareah, thou shalt not do this thing, for thou speak falsely of Ishmael. And that's the end of the chapter. And I'm hoping there will be more of that, so that we can finish up that little thing. Where's Jeremiah during all this? Well, Jeremiah is walking the earth. Remember, this went from Jeremiah probably writing down his own teachings, writing down his own words to a letter that Jeremiah sent to the people that were captive, to somebody else writing the story of Jeremiah. Remember, there's three different things going on in this book. And you can kind of tell that it was, Jeremiah being able to write his own thing right up until he got put into prison. And then it was a letter that he was able to write from the land of Judah down to the people that were being held captive in Babylon. And now it's somebody else talking about the story of Jeremiah. So it's like three different things. So, of course, we're not talking about Jeremiah anymore. We are talking about we're getting a history lesson. That's what we're getting. Now, I do see his name coming up here in the next couple chapters, so we'll get back to Jeremiah eventually. But for now, there's an assassination plot. It's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Whenever you get to a part of the Bible that really makes you want to keep reading, it's like, ooh, I gotta know what happens next. But you're gonna have to wait, just like everybody else, because I have to stop here. I'm actually early. Wow, I am really early. But let's stop it there. Why not? Let's stop it there. Give me some time to collect myself, collect my thoughts. Yeah, I don't have anything. I really don't. I could go on and on about how similar this is to the situation at hand, about how, people need to open their eyes and see what evil men of this world are doing. I could go into all this stuff, but I don't need to. Surely if you're listening to this, you have some concept of what's going on. I don't need to drag this out any more than it already is. I can say more than anything that we are drowning in lies. We know this. We are drowning in lies, and the lies just keep stacking up every single day. And more people keep falling for it. And until the people of this world choose to wake up and see what's going on, we will continue to fall further and further into those lies. There is one truth I have found, and that has been in this Bible. There's been a lot of people that have come up against me, a lot of teachings and understandings that I have heard and researched, that have gone out of its way to tell me that what I've read isn't right, that it's meant to be taken a completely different way than how I'm understanding it. And to that I say, well, the Bible told me that people were going to try to do this. The Bible tells you that if you follow God, if you truly follow God and have an understanding of Him and of this world, there will constantly be people coming after you, trying to change your mind, trying to silence you, eventually throwing you in prison, eventually killing you. Because this world and the people in it don't want to hear the truth. They enjoy the lie. That's been the number one thing I've said for the past 5 years. They enjoy the lie. They revel in it. Jeremiah says they reveled in their sins. That was, what was that, Jeremiah 7 or 8, somewhere in there? 6, 7, 8, one of those. They were reveling in their sins. They enjoyed it. They enjoy the lies because it lets them live in their unrighteousness. So keep that in mind. I'm going to go. God bless everyone. You take care of yourselves. I shall see you all. I shall see you all later.